Welcome back to News Geelong as we turn to the action-packed world of Geelong sport and our own flying hawk, Nathan Curry. Good evening, Nathan.
Thanks very much, Rollo. Well, the Geelong and District Football League is well underway with Round 1 happening last weekend. And News Geelong caught up with the new playing coach for Anarchy, Daniel Gibbs, after he helped his side to a big win to start the season.
Great win today, Dan. Obviously really important for the club to get a result early in the season, and good to run over a good side from last year late in the last quarter.
You know, that's right. I think come back to our pre-season, mate. I think we're just fitter.
Yep.
And North Geelong's a good side, and the club really needed to win this one, and so it will help us out with the fixture this year that we've got. So.
Yep. How's it good to know that you got so much depth in your side, particularly with so many players actually missing out on a game this week, and some players to come back next week from Lara, we've heard?
Yeah, no, we've just had another couple of blokes rock up on Tuesday from Lara, which we've got a lot of depth. We've got it's the first time it's happened here for many years, and I think there was 15 that missed out in the twos, and that's never happened here before. So.
Just on your back line today, it was really fantastic to see all the blokes work really well as a unit. I know Rickett and Collins, they all really played well, even Davis, and you're able to, even though Briggy got a lot of goals, you're able to clear it out really efficiently.
Yeah, no, well, that's what we've worked on over summer, and Colo normally, out here, he's been playing on the wing, so I've changed him up and pushed him back to the half-back flank, and he's doing the job, and they're all gelling together, which is good.
Yep. And what about Berg? You've obviously kept him kick 3 goals today. Do you think you're going to play him in more a 50-50 role this season and not really rotate him as much through the bench?
Oh, no, well, our aim is to rotate through the bench. We'll rotate everyone.
Yep.
And Bergie, he'll go forward, he'll go on ball, he just does his job the way he's really consistent. So we'll just, he'll come through the bench as well.
Yep. And can you tell us a little bit about Wilson, your ruckman? I haven't heard of him before, just a bit of his past and how old he is, and he played really well today, didn't he?
Yeah, Lukey, he rocked up here on Tuesday with one of his mates, Reese, that plays in the seniors as well, and he asked if he can come over and play, and and he's been under 18s. He didn't play last year at Lara, and he played 2 years ago, and he's just come out of nowhere. He's only a young kid, I think he's only 20, I think. So, no, he's a very handy person to have in the side.
Thanks very much, Daniel, and good luck to the Anarchy Football Club for the rest of the year. Well, as you can see, we're down at the Geelong Football Club to catch up with Chris Scott, the senior coach, after their ripper win over Fremantle. Now, Scotty, was it a good way for Alan Christensen to start his football career as a substitute?
Yeah, it was a really good way for him to debut. I think if he had his choice, he'd play 4 quarters, but we're definitely seeing a trend to... with all the sub-players coming on and having an impact. And I thought Paul Roos articulated it really clearly on TV the other night when he said it's kind of like joining a marathon with 10k to go. And that makes the tactical decision to use your sub even more important. If they weren't having a big impact, then it wouldn't worry us so much. But we know from the evidence so far, as soon as a side uses their sub, that is going to have a positive impact on their team on the field.
You've said that substitutes have a good impact when they come on the ground. Did you find that was the case for Fremantle's Reece Palmer?
Yeah, he's got terrific endurance. So you combine that with coming on fresh when everyone else is tired. His running power was a factor, but we thought we were able to mitigate that by playing Alan Christensen sort of 2-3 minutes later.
Now, Palmer spent a lot of time on the ground after the match warming down. Would you consider doing something similar?
Yeah, everyone does it slightly differently, I assume. We choose not to have our players with limited game time do their extra work on the ground straight after the game, but they do extra work. So what Fremantle and I think Melbourne have done is not unusual. Sides just choose to time things a little bit differently.
Finally, Scotty, you had James Podsy-Ardley and Paul Chapman back in the side on the weekend. How did they pull up? Very
well, yeah. Podsy didn't play as well as he would have liked, but he contributed in a big way to the way we wanted to play. It's a bit of a cliche to say he played his role. We would have liked him to do some things better, but he made a positive contribution. And Chappie was Chappie. I mean, on reflection, the way he played in the VFL the week before, you think that he could have played at AFL level round 1, but having won both games, we can look back and say that we're really comfortable with the decision.
There's been a lot of talk this week about Boomer Harvey to sort of to level forward for a second, publicly naming a couple of his younger players. Do you have any thoughts on that?
No, not for me to comment on other clubs.
Port Adelaide Sunday, obviously they, a couple of injuries they've got, they're not a great start of the season, but then they sort of come here with nothing to lose and probably a siege mentality for them. You guys really need to be on guard, don't you?
No, absolutely, but that's the same every week. And we pride ourselves on the consistency of our preparation, and that, obviously I wouldn't change, irrespective of who we were playing. I saw Port play round 1 against Collingwood, and I thought they were very good for patches. We go into the game knowing we need to play our best to get the result. It's as simple as that.
Thanks for your time, Scotty. We'll catch up with you next week. And that's it for me tonight. I'll be back on Friday, but until then, it's back to you, Rollo.
Thank you, Nathan. And now to the latest weather information. The mild autumn weather continues in Geelong and the surrounding region as we look ahead for the next 6 days. Tomorrow, Thursday, we'll see patchy fog early in the morning ahead of a sunny day with a top temperature of 25. Friday will be sunny with an expected top also of 25. On Saturday, we will experience isolated showers developing in the afternoon with a top of 26. Sunday will be cloudy with isolated showers and a top of 20. Starting off another new week, on Monday again, early cloud with isolated showers and a top temperature of 19. Tuesday will be partly cloudy with a top of 20, whilst today we saw patchy fog early this morning, followed by a lovely sunny day and a top of 23. That's the weather outlook. And Tiger, Sparkling Larnish Stalathia will be back with us on Friday evening. Thank you for being with us on News Geelong. To our very good friend Patrick Finbar Murphy, take your time and smell the flowers. From all the team at News Geelong, have a pleasant evening and a very good night.